Hello children, I hope all of you are fine and taking very good care of yourselves. So welcome once again to your social studies class. In today's session, we will continue with the previous lesson, natural disasters. Okay, if you remember, we had done earthquakes and volcanoes in the previous session. In this session, we shall be learning about landslides, avalanches and cyclones. So get ready with your textbooks and your pencils in your hand and open your book on page number 93. Now landslides. As you can see in the image over here, the mass, the huge amount of land, all coming down. So basically landslides, the sudden movement of the soil. What is a landslide? It is the sudden movement of the soil and the weathered rock material down the slope due to the force of gravity is called a landslide. So if you just break this term, that is the sliding of the land. Landslide is the sliding of the land. How is this land going to slide? What happens? When there is sudden movement, preferably, as you did in the previous session, I had told you about landslides. When there is an earthquake, what happens? The upper crust of the earth, the upper layer, it is shaken, It is shaken and there is sudden movement. What happens? The weathered rock material, the one which is loose, which has weathered, it slides down from the slope due to the force of gravity. Okay, this falling down, this coming down of that particular area of that land is called a landslide. Now we'll just go through the causes of landslides. Now when sediments or parts of mountain ranges slide down due to rains or a gravitational pull of the earth, that is one important reason, okay, due to which the landslide takes place. The rivers weaken the foundation of the hills and as a result they can collapse anytime. Now rivers, they flow from the mountains and when they start from the mountain peaks, the river comes down with full energy, Now continuously when the river is flowing, through these mountain ranges, they become weak. The foundation of the hills become weak and then as a result they can collapse anytime. Okay. Thirdly, human beings. Human beings contribute to the landslides when they build heavy structures on hills. See, now man has started building resorts and so many things. So when too much of human activity is being done, they're making heavy structures on the hills. Under the weight of these heavy structures, sometimes these hills give way, leading to landslides when there is too much of weight on these structures. Sometimes deforestation also leads to landslides. Deforestation, you all know, that is reckless cutting down of trees. Afforestation and deforestation, you have learnt about these terms previously also. Afforestation is planting of trees and deforestation is reckless cutting down of trees. Now what happens? The trees, they hold the soil, You all have learnt about this. The roots of the trees, they hold the soil together. But when continuously trees are being cut, the soil becomes loose. And this is an important reason of landslides. In India, landslides are common in the mountainous regions of the north and northeastern parts. Okay. So this, I hope, is clear for landslides. You have got all the important points here. You will read your book so that you become more clear with the concepts. And now we will proceed to something which is very close by. Let us see. Avalanches. Okay, sometimes there is a confusion between landslides and avalanches. Now what is an avalanche? I have put an image there for you so that you can understand better. Violently disturbed masses of snow and ice mixed with debris, that is remains, okay, that rush down at high speed from steep mountain slopes are called avalanches. So landslides, they are, that is the rock material, the weathered rock material and the soil, the movement of the soil and rock material. But avalanches are disturbed masses of snow and ice. They are also mixed with debris and remains, but basically it is a huge mass of snow and ice, and they come down from the steep mountain slopes. Basically the reason for landslides and avalanches is same. Okay, the causes of avalanche are also more or less the same as for landslides. Rainfall, earthquakes and volcanic eruptions play a major role. It is almost the same as landslide. So this is a picture of a cyclone, and looking at the image, you are getting the idea of some intense storm, isn't it? A big storm. Now what is that? So what is a tropical cyclone? Intense storms which develop over warm tropical oceans between 5 degree and 20 degree north and between 5 degree and 20 degree south latitudes are called tropical cyclones. Okay, so you can imagine the globe. Okay, the 5 degree and 20 degree north latitudes and 5 degree and 20 degree south latitudes, there are intense storms. Okay, these are called tropical cyclones. The center of these winds is a low pressure area. So you can see in the image, there is a center for these winds. And what happens? The center of the winds is a low pressure area. So winds with high pressure all around, if you look at the image, you will get a clear concept. The winds with high pressure all around, they rush towards the center. Always you will see wind blows from high pressure to low pressure areas. No, but because of the rotation of the earth, these winds, they assume a circular form. Our earth is always rotating, no? So the winds are moving from high pressure to low pressure area, and because of the rotation, they take the form of a circle. In the northern hemisphere, these cyclones blow in an anti-clockwise direction, and in the southern hemisphere, they blow in a clockwise direction. Okay, you can see it. They are in different directions. These winds blow with a great velocity, that is great speed, which often exceeds 100 kilometers per hour. Because these winds blow with great force towards the center, so this center goes on shifting. Okay, you can see they are continuously moving towards the center. So the center also goes on shifting, and these winds are known by different names in different parts of the world. In different parts of the world, they are known by different names. These two are the two important names. In North America, they are known as hurricanes, and in Asia, they are known as typhoons. I expect you to learn these terms because they are very important for you. Okay. So the tropical cyclones are known as hurricanes in North America and typhoons in Asia. So what would be the effects? You can just imagine, no? The speed 100 kilometers, the velocity of 100 kilometers. So we need to know what are the effects of these tropical cyclones. Tropical cyclones blow with a great velocity. So they produce important effects, and they are hazardous. They are dangerous for us in a number of ways. First thing, what happens? When they flow, when these cyclones, they blow far, they cause havoc. Havoc means all trouble to human life and settlements. Human life and settlements. What will happen? The roofs of the houses are blown away. The walls of the houses are also broken, and people are homeless. So that is the first important effect. That is a disaster. It's a havoc. Okay. Second one, they cause much damage to crops and they uproot many trees. This you all must have seen. They cause much damage. You can very well imagine the damage to crops, and trees will obviously be uprooted because of the speed of the wind. The whole civic life is disturbed by them, Human life, the simple social life is disturbed. What happens due to the speed of the winds? They destroy electricity and telephone lines. So there is no communication, telephone lines are gone, no electricity, and nowadays we cannot imagine, no? Olden days people used to live without electricity. We cannot imagine a minute without electricity in today's world. The next one, these cyclones are often accompanied with torrential rains, okay, which cause floods. You must be watching on the screen that I have written heavy rains, torrential rains. I have put it in simple terms. So these cyclones are accompanied with heavy rains, and these, due to too much of rain, there are floods. Now if there are floods, you can imagine what the condition is going to be. There is water everywhere. So many things will be drowning in the water, no? They will all be swallowed by the water itself. Water clogging everywhere, difficulty in transportation, and lot of difficulties. Floods and droughts we'll do in the next session. They cause huge tidal waves which inundate coasts. Now because of cyclones, the waves rise to a great height and they inundate. Inundate means they carry away, no, the soil from the coast. The coasts are inundated. They cause not only loss to property but also to the life of people. Yes, houses are destroyed, so obviously you have trouble in your life, isn't it? There is no electricity. The life of the farmers is so badly affected by this. No, the crops are destroyed, trees are uprooted, and you just imagine, no, the fishermen when they go to the high seas and if they are struck by cyclones, they will not be able to save their lives. So all these disasters, they have a very bad effect on human life. So what we need to do is to maintain a balance in the environment, right? So that we can save ourselves from the wrath, from the fury of nature. So now, what you will do is landslides, avalanches and tropical cyclones. You will go through all the three, okay? And in case you have any doubts, you will keep them ready, no, when you are having your online classes, so that you can clarify with your teachers, isn't it? So all the best. Read your chapter well. Take care of yourselves. Until then, thank you.